Hello, Joe here from Infiniti of Tacoma. Today I'm going to tell you about this lovely 2021 Infiniti QX50 that we have for sale. One awesome compact luxury crossover. This one's a clean Carfax vehicle. This one has intelligent all-wheel drive. Front wheel drive is standard. Intelligent all-wheel drive is optional. It's been serviced and checked by an Infiniti certified techs. In fact, who better to buy a pre-owned Infiniti from than a new Infiniti retailer like us. Our techs work on these vehicles on a daily basis and are very familiar with them. 2021 is a great year for the QX50 because it got some more standard equipment. A lot of the Infiniti's advanced driving assist features have become standard in 2021. So you have this button right here which activates your safety shield technologies, adaptive cruise control, lane departure warning, blind spot warning, forward collision warning, steering assistance, all things that are going to make you safer and your daily commute a little bit more pleasant, especially in stop and go traffic. We also have Apple Carplay and Android Auto available for 2021. So even though this one does not have the navigation option in it, you can have navigation on your phone, and with Apple Carplay or Android Auto, you can project what's on your phone right under the screen right here. So navigation on your phone is navigation in your car with Apple Carplay or Android Auto. We have a backup camera. And the bottom screen is a tablet-like interface for vehicle settings and apps. Here you can access your safety shield technology, so you have steering assist, which will keep you centered in your lane on the highway, lane departure warning and lane departure intervention. We have blind spot warning and blind spot intervention, so if a vehicle's in your blind spot, you try changing lanes and merging in the other lane with a vehicle in it. It will put you back into your lane so you don't run into that person. Forward emergency braking, backward emergency braking, distance control assist. That will basically encourage you to slow down. So the distance control assist will naturally slow the vehicle down if there's a vehicle in front of you, even though you don't hit the brakes. And if you're approaching a vehicle pretty fast and you still have the accelerator depressed, it'll push up on the accelerator, letting you know, hey, you need to slow down. There's a car in front of you that's slowing down as well or at a stop. So all these driver's assistance features, like I said, will make your life more pleasant and happier on your daily commute. Basically, you keep your hand on the wheel, and with the adaptive cruise control and the steering assist, the vehicle is driving itself on the highway, but it does want you to keep your hand on the wheel and pay attention. Be ready to intervene in case something goes wrong or the car gets confused. But you wouldn't believe how big of a mental workload it takes off of you when the vehicle is taking control of keeping it centered in the lane and moving with the flow of traffic. You wouldn't be surprised about how much mental energy it takes just to keep your car centered in the lane on the highway going 60, 70 miles an hour. And you'll find yourself being a lot more relaxed and less stressful in commuting in stop and go traffic. I hate driving in stop and go traffic on the highway. So systems like this are almost a must for me. I'm spoiled by them. Exposed to these every day. So when I drive a car, go on a road trip, do any errands for the dealership, I'm always going to take a vehicle with some of these advanced driver's assist features just because I'm so spoiled by them. We have a CVT transmission offering an almost infinite amount of gear ratios, a panoramic sunroof that opens, and if it gets too bright out, you have a power sunshade to dim things down, but it's not too bright where we are, so we'll leave that open so you can see this video a little bit better for you. Really nice color combination and black on tan leatherette. And even though this is a compact, the rear seat space is pretty good. I'm 6'2". I have that front seat adjustment for my height. I have plenty of legroom back here. You can also see that the rear seats slide back and forth, and they also recline, further adding to your rear seat comfort. We also have a power liftgate. Tons of interior space. A little bit extra storage under there as well. And of course, if you want to fold down the seats, they fold down pretty easily and they fold fairly flat. Beautiful curvaceous lines on the QX50. They did a beautiful job designing it. Especially the front end style, very reminiscent of our very beautiful Q50 and Q60 sedan and coupe. For an engine, we have some groundbreaking technology. The QX50 was the first application of Infiniti's variable compression turbocharged four-cylinder engine. They've been working on this variable compression technology for about 20 years. Finally, with the 2019 QX50. They offered it for the first time. It got to the point where they thought it was reliable enough to put into a production automobile. We've had these systems now for 3 or 4 years. We've seen miles on them. They've proven to be very reliable. So basically the way it works is a car can mechanically change the compression ratio on the fly. So depending on your driving characteristics, it can calibrate the engine to be more fuel efficient or to make more power. So for instance, if you're just kind of cruising along, you don't need a bunch of power, the car can tell. So it's going to calibrate that compression ratio to a 14:1 compression ratio, which will make the engine more fuel efficient. But let's say you start getting aggressive driving, you're hammering that throttle, you're doing some performance driving, the car can tell, and they'll very quickly change the compression ratio to an 8:1 compression ratio, which will give you maximum output, 268 horsepower and 280 pound-feet of torque. In fact, this small turbocharged four-cylinder engine makes more power than the big naturally aspirated V6 it replaces. And by power I mean torque. 280 pound-feet of torque is more power than the 3.7 liter V6 that was offered in the previous QX50, almost twice as big as a little 2-liter four-cylinder turbo in this one. And that VC turbo actually makes the QX50 one of the most fuel-efficient vehicles in its class. Thanks so much for taking the time today to watch this video. Hopefully we see you soon and have a wonderful day.